off since October.
As long as everybody in here believes in what we're doing, that's the only thing that matters.
But I don't think people expected the Suns.
1, 2, 3, we stay together, we fight together.
You gotta go out there and embrace this thing and go after it.
You have to rebuild the energy, rebuild the momentum, rebuild the focus.
If you're in the playoffs, you're ready, point blank. The defending champions are back.
For the Lakers, a finals berth would further galvanize their greatness and push Kobe closer to ring number 5.
Great move by Kobe Bryant.
Nearly matching the man on whom his fervor was modeled. For Phoenix, a conference championship crown would place long-sought goals within reach. Vindication for a player. Culmination of an era.
Oh, what a shot by Nash!
Validation for a franchise.
We played our way into this spot. Nobody gave this up.
Tonight, it's a true commencement of title dreams. Suns, Lakers, next.
On a hazy 62-degree day in the City of Angels, our continues from Staples Center in downtown LA as we close in on Game 1 of the Western Conference Final here on TNT. Capacity crowd better than 19,000. Turning out for the Phoenix Suns going up against the defending NBA champion Los Angeles Lakers. Hi everybody, Marv Albert along with Hall of Famer Doug Collins. Will be joined momentarily by Craig Sager working the sidelines. Both teams just about ready to go. Let's check out the Taco Bell starting lineup for the Suns. Up front, Amari Stoudemire, Grant Hill. 7-footer Robin Lopez makes his return. He's been out since late March with a back problem at the guards. Jason Richardson and Steve Nash returning from that swollen right eye. For the Lakers, front line of Pau Gasol, who had a terrific playoff run. First 2 rounds, Ron Artest, Andrew Bynum. Bynum's right knee, a major question. And in the backcourt, Derek Fisher and Kobe Bryant. And Kobe's right knee, also a concern, Doug. Sat out most of practice this week. And once again playing through a number of injuries.
Well, you know, Marv, I think it's going to be interesting. Both these teams have had a lot of time off, so they're rested. Which team is going to be sharper to get started? When we talked to Phil Jackson before the game, he mentioned the Celtic game and the Orlando Magic game. We saw where the Celtics went in. They were a little sharper. They had just played. They've been in a tough series. They go in and steal game 1. This series is a little different because both of these teams have been off. So to me, it's going to be interesting who comes out and gets into the rhythm of the game the soonest.
Lakers took 3 of 4 during the regular season by an average margin of victory of 15 points. 3 of those games earlier in the year. And the Lakers have won 9 of the last 12 games over the last 3 years. Phoenix Suns taking out the Blazers in 6 in the first round, swept the Spurs. Lakers defeating the Thunder in a very tough series in 6 games and then swept the injury-hit Utah Jazz in the West semifinal.
You know, it's sort of interesting. Everybody was talking about, you know, you don't want to get the Lakers early in the playoffs. I'm not so sure it wasn't better to get them earlier because they are maybe playing, Marv, their best basketball of the year. They're more focused. I think they see the end and it's close now, and they are really picked up the level of their game. And I think for Phoenix, it's going to be interesting. This is a very confident team coming in here tonight. I think they need to play well. They don't want to be knocked on their heels by this Laker team. They're very confident right now.
Lakers 57-25 in the regular season. Best record in the West, #1 seed. At their best, they won 18-3, 28-6. Had some rough spots toward the end of the year. While the Suns, one of the surprises of the season, 54-28. A 3rd seed, 2nd in the Pacific Division, only 3 games behind the Lakers, and they ripped through the first 2 rounds. The officiating crew, Scott Foster, Greg Willard, Jason Phillips. The Lakers control the opening tip. Gasol played by Lopez here at the start. Fisher guarded by Nash, Bryant by Hill, and Bryant opens up with a jumper. Still see the swelling under the eye of Steve Nash, although he says he is feeling much better. Stoudemire. Alvin Gentry telling us earlier if the Suns are to succeed, he'd range jumper.
Yeah, early this year, he has tried to force things inside against that big Laker front line. In the 4 games, Mark, 1 assist and 8 turnovers. He's got to take that jump shot.
Artest. And rebounded by Richardson. Here comes Hill. Lost the grip, able to save it. Batted by Bryant, but Richardson hanging on. Nash getting the screen from Stoudemire. Pops it back to Richardson for three. Yes!
Well, he is right off to where he left off, I should say. He has been brilliant in these playoffs, Marvin. He's 34 of 66 from the three-point line. He is shooting the ball as well as anybody in the NBA.
And not shot well from downtown in the regular season against the Lakers. Fisher, and the rebound is handled by Hill. Nash met by Artest. There's the lead. Lopez blocked. Robin Lopez, who has not played since late March because of the back spasms. Bynum not able to handle it, slapped away. And Stoudemire hands to Nash. Stoudemire putting a move on Fisher, draws the foul.
Grant Hill with a terrific save. That ball looked like it was going out of bounds. He saves it in it. Now you get all these cross matches and no one gets out to Jason Richardson. Kobe Bryant has got to stay attached to him the way he is shooting the basketball. And, you know, Marv, with his Phoenix Suns team, they're still very much an up-tempo team. But they're not what you would call a great fast-breaking team now. They're an early offense. They look their offense. They keep the pace of the game up. Steve Nash talked to John Thompson about that in an interview. They're not that, 7 seconds or less to shoot team now.
Yeah, Alvin says now 12 seconds or less. Mari Stoudemire did not play particularly well against the Lakers during the regular season. In fact, had turnover problems against that big LA front line.
Well, he shot 46% against the Lakers, 56% against the rest of the league. That's what the size did to him, as well as those turnovers that you spoke about.
Fisher, the Lakers with their first field goal. There's Richardson. That was deflected short. Artest got a piece of it. And a foul is called. Bryant is hit. Non-shooting foul called on Richardson.
And we'll keep our eye on Robin Lopez. Alvin Gentry thought he could probably play about 3 or 4 minutes here early before he would be winded. But that's what Steve Nash wants to do. Get in the lane and drive and kick. And a nice close that time by Artest to get a hand on that shot by Jason Richardson.
Gasol over Robin Lopez. For Lopez, it is his playoff debut, his first game since March the 26th. Played very well during the regular season, although he took some injuries. Oh, Nash able to hit over Fisher.
Vintage Steve Nash, as you watch the game, he loves to play in behind the basket. He drives that baseline, and he'll make a lot of those passes out to three-point shooters. That time, he squared up and knocked down his own jump shot. Phil Jackson said they want to attack Jason Richardson. If our test is going to be played by him, they want to go in the post. They want to make Richardson work on defense.
Nash gets it to Lopez. Steve Nash with a nice pass, and Robin Lopez with the field goal. Kobe Bryant coming off an outstanding series against Utah. In fact, over the last 5 playoff games, averaging better than 42 points. He's missed his first 2 shots. Nash putting moves on Fisher, is able to stay in front of him.
You're going to see about 60 pick and rolls a game that time. Amari Stoudemire slipped the pick and a bad pass by Steve Nash.
Fisher on a crossover, spin his way to draw the foul. Fisher hit by Nash, and Derek will get to the line. Reminder, a look at the upcoming national television schedule on ESPN tomorrow, starting at 7:30 Eastern Time. It's the NBA Draft Lottery, followed by the Eastern Conference Finals Game 2 with Boston and Orlando, and then TNT Wednesday will be right here at Staples in LA. The Western Conference Finals Game 2 between the Suns and the Lakers. There was a report earlier in the day. Phil Jackson has said he's considering retirement after the season. We talked about it with Phil. He said the statement was made weeks ago after a long, tough series coming off a road trip. At this point, he said he's not sure what next year holds in store. His contract is up. There has been some talk as Hill flips it up. Lopez is right there.
Well, that's what Lopez brings this team. Now, that's 2 rebounds that he's gotten inside. One he was able to put back, one he wasn't. And then he also had a nice little pass from Steve Nash. So you've seen 2 field goals already by Lopez in the paint.
Artest for 3. Ron Artest that had a breakout game 3 against the Jazz, including 4 from downtown after having his difficulties. Only 7 for his previous 42 from beyond that three-point line. Able to knock down a 3. Foul was called on Gasol as to see Artest wide open.
Well, Alvin Gentry told us before the game he's going to get a lot of open shots because Jason Richardson's going to try to help in the post. That time he was helping on a penetrating drive, and Artest spotted up and knocked that shot down beautifully. But he's going to get a lot of those open shots today.
There's some room for Hill and able to hit. You can hear people in the crowd screaming every time Nash puts the ball on the floor that he's carrying. He's palming the ball. Phil Jackson, following playoff tradition, attempting to get into opponents' heads. Bite him. And let him go. He's going to pick up the foul. The other day, Phil looking to make officials aware of any possible alleged violation as Nash is able to pop it, pointed out that Steve gets away with illegally carrying the ball while dribbling. Nash's response, he said he's been in the league for 14 years, claims he hasn't been called for a carry yet, and then he said the best coach in the NBA, Greg Popovich, did not have a problem with it last week. And here is Gasol. When Phil was told about Steve's statement, he said, well, Pop's a great coach, no doubt about it. Channing Frye has come on for Robin Lopez. Richardson again hits a 3.
The key to that was, though, the ball movement. The one thing that the Suns cannot do is over-dribble the basketball against the Lakers. Move the ball side to side. Beautiful passing. Got the great shot for Richardson.
Gasol wide open. Phoenix Suns, the best three-point shooting team in the NBA, and also the highest scoring team in the NBA. Channing Frye, who has been a three-point specialist, not able to hit on his first attempt.
Well, he's going to try to drag this out of that paint. That time I didn't think he was on balance when he took that shot.
And Bryant will head to the line, fouled in the act by Hill. Check that, it's Stoudemire on the foul.
Well, Andrew Bynum, we talked about pounding the paint, owning the lane, dominating inside. That's what the Los Angeles Lakers want to do. Is it going to be this strength, or is it going to be Nash, two-man game, three-point shooting by the Phoenix Suns?
Coors Light, dug your keys for tonight.
Well, which style prevails? We talked about the Lakers and their size dominating the lane, and for the Phoenix Suns getting in the open court, Marv, the Suns have scored 20 points already, all in the first 12 seconds of the shot clock, so they're playing at their pace. Strength versus strength. The Suns, the #1 three-point shooting team in the NBA. The Lakers, the #1 team defending the three-point shot. The bench advantage, much ballyhooed. The Suns bench, when they come in, they really shoot the three well. I look for the Laker bench to have a little bit of chip on their shoulder. So much being said about the Phoenix Suns. And we talk about Nash and Kobe for his first trip to the NBA Finals. Kobe looking for that 5th championship ring.
Both teams shooting well here at the start. Phoenix 8 of 12. Lakers 6 for 11. Lamar Odom has come on for the Lakers. Kobe Bryant at the line. Game 2 of this series Wednesday night here in Los Angeles. Then games 3 and 4 in Phoenix Sunday night, and a week from tomorrow night.
Marv, as we see now both teams starting to go to the bench, it's going to be interesting now because probably Lamar Odom is going to be matched up against Channing Frye. Will Channing Frye guard Gasol, or will Amari Stoudemire? If that's the case, Gasol has a decided height advantage in the post.
Nash using the pick to set it up for Frye. They swing it. Richardson. Hill. That's a two-point attempt. Rebounded by Richardson. Fry not able to handle that pass, and then last touch by Artest.
What's happening? Zone you on defense, and so what's happening is the Suns are really moving the ball well, and it's giving them offensive rebounding opportunities because all guys are moving, the shots are coming, and they're getting to their spots on that offensive glass.
Stoudemire gets the rim, and again that mid-range jump shot by Amari Stoudemire.
There's an old expression, you got to take what the defense gives you, and if they're going to back off of you, you got to be able to trust in that jump shot.
Artest looking to post. Richardson fell down trying to draw the foul. Good job by Stoudemire to bat it away, and last touch by Artest.
And you can see Phil Jackson, he wants Jason Richardson to have to play defense, and so he's going with Ron Artest in the post using that strength. Normally Jason Richardson guarded Kobe Bryant in the regular season. It took a lot of his offense away from him. That's why Alvin Gentry made the switch and put him on Artest.
Stoudemire rebounded by Odom. 4.5 remaining in this first quarter. Odom going at Fry. Odom to the fadeaway, able to go glass. Now Bryant on Nash. Hill with a nice fake on Fisher, and a foul, offensive foul. Called on Grant Hill.
That's how Fisher gets down in that post. He guards these bigger players. He takes it personally if somebody tries to post him up. Watch him get down on Grant Hill. Let's see if Grant Hill's guarding. You can see that right arm come out, and when you get that away from your body, the referee's going to call that about 99% of the time.
Odom for three.
That is a welcome sign for the Los Angeles Lakers. Everybody always calls him the X factor.
You never know what you're going to get from Lamar Odom. He has been up and down, but he has started by hitting first two shots. Foul is called on Odom.
When he comes in off the bench, a nice little spinning bank shot off the glass. Remember now, Lamar Odom at one time played for the Clippers and was coached by Alvin Gentry, so he knows his game well. He steps out behind the three-point line. So 5 quick bench. We talked about the bench advantage. It's been Lamar Odom leading that Laker bench.
And now one of the key contributors to the Phoenix bench, Jared Dudley, who has been such a valuable guy, has checked in game 3 at San Antonio. Dudley 16 points, 3 threes. Jared Dudley out of Boston College, Bobcats first round pick, and he was acquired in the deal involving Jason Richardson. The deal that sent Boris Diaw to the Bobcats.
And this is the Suns' best three-point shooting lineup. You have Fry out there with Richardson and the two-man pick-and-roll game of Nash and Amari Stoudemire.
Good job by Dudley, and then Bryant with a beautiful pass to Odom. The tip by Odom.
Well, he's off to a brilliant start. Very, very active. And he's out there right now to try to take away that three-point shooting of Fry. They've already given him 7 quick points.
First lead for the Lakers. Coming up on 3 minutes to play in the first. Richardson showing confidence. The rebound comes to Gasol. The call is away from the ball. It's on Dudley.
Look at this last tip in by Lamar Odom, very close to being offensive goaltending. Let's see if that ball was still on the rim. It was sort of falling out, but active and aggressive here, Lamar Odom early.
Phoenix with their 4th team foul. Dudley now defending on Bryant. Bryant off the spin is fouled. Kobe looking pretty good. A lot of questions about that knee, but we're seeing that Kobe right at the start is in rhythm. He's able to go to the spin move. Hearing it from the crowd as a timeout is taken.
And more importantly, Marv, he's getting to the free throw line. When he gets to the free throw line, double digits, usually he gets into the 30s point-wise, then they're very tough to beat.
The 2010 Western Conference Finals on TNT. Brought to you by the Sierra from GMC. Never send a truck to do a Sierra's job. By Rogues McGruber, coming to save the world on May 21st. By Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. And by T-Mobile, making it easier for families to stick together.
Welcome back to Staples Center. Los Angeles Lakers up by 1 as this first quarter winds down. And right here, time for Gatorade Around the Cooler. Let's check in with Craig Sager. Craig.
Well, thanks, Marv. It's been over a week since Steve Nash caught that inadvertent elbow from Tim Duncan and suffered an orbital contusion of his right eye. Now, the swelling has gone down. The peripheral vision is back, but he says he still has some blurred vision. It was interesting in practice this week. Jared Dudley and Goran Dragic actually showed up wearing pirate patches over their eye to try to see if they could shoot one-eyed, but they were having a very difficult time. Nash is wearing stereo stripes over the eye tonight to protect the wound, but he was one of those that went out and he could shoot one-eyed, no problem at all. A special player that seems to know where he is on the court at all times. And by the way, Doug, you're asking, he is right eye dominant, and the ability to have two eyes focus is called binocularity. But apparently, Steve can do it with one eye.
This is too much information.
Wow, Sags, you really did your homework. There's Dragic. I tell you, it is your balance and your depth perception. He closed one eye and tried to shoot. It's amazing. And Marv, I did that game. Kevin Harlan and I did that game, and it was amazing to see Steve finish that game. He really could not see out of that eye.
Didn't you take a shot to the eye during your playing days?
I did. My own teammate, Daryl Dawkins, was waiting a long time to punch me. Finally got me against Portland in the NBA Finals.
Nash picked up by Odom. Fry on a catch and shoot. Rebounded by Odom. Bryant backing his way on Dudley, who's playing with the 2 fouls. Here's our test for 3. Dudley's pass picked off. Nash is back. Artest on the move and then decides to pull it back. And here's the applause from the crowd. Not forcing. Shot clock to 6. Bryant lost his balance. Trying to call for timeout, and he gets the call.
You have to be so disciplined when you play Kobe Bryant. He's a master of that shot fake, that head fake, and he looked like he went by, lost his balance, or he gets him. Looks like he might have stumbled over his foot. As Kobe goes down, he looks over to Jason Phillips and gets a timeout.
And athletic trainer Gary Vitti out. Take a look. Kobe being helped up. Kobe has been hard hit by injury throughout the season, playing through a broken right index finger, which developed into an arthritic knuckle. You can see over the course of 10 games played in the playoffs, 8 wins. He averages better than 29 a game.
You see the keys there: free throw line and points in the paint. And Marv, really, his improved play really took off when he had his knee drained. You know, I think in the Oklahoma City series right before Utah, and then that's when his game really took off. He was terrific in Game 6 against the Oklahoma City Thunder when Pau Gasol had that tip in to prevent a Game 7, and then he was magnificent in the 4 games against the Utah Jazz.
Here's Gasol with the shot clock running down. He just did get it off. Since Lamar Odom checked into the game, the Lakers have outscored the Suns by the count of 13-3. Odom with the quick 7 off a burst. Nash for 3. Kept alive by Stoudemire. Nash played on a switch by Gasol. Nash coming up short again.
The switching defense has bothered the Suns sometimes this year. It did not bother him against the San Antonio Spurs tonight. They have not been able to take advantage by knocking down that outside jump shot. And there's Kobe Bryant going to work once again, getting in the paint.
For Kobe, his first field goal, he has 6 points. Phoenix started out 8 for their first 11. They've missed 8 of their last 9 shots.
I think it takes a while when you start playing the Suns to get into the rhythm of the game.
Here is Fry. He's been off.
Well, he was 4 of 18 in the regular season against the Lakers. Tonight, he's already 0 of 3. He's not been able to knock the shot down.
Bryant for 3. Lakers up by 10. And a foul is called with Stoudemire hitting the deck. Foul is called on Gasol, his second.
A nice inbound play here to Pau Gasol against a short clock. This is when you steal points. Watch Gasol, he sort of rolls out behind that little picket fence there and then comes right back to the ball. Just has a superior size, and as I open, I feel like he's the most skilled big man in the NBA. When you put left-handed shooting in the post, right hand stepping out, knocking down jump shots, his free throw shooting, his passing ability, now his shot blocking and rebounding. Man, he is playing great basketball. The 1-2 punch of he and Kobe Bryant has been unbelievable.
Jordan Farmar checking in, coming on for Derek Fisher. Goran Dragic, who played so well in Game 3 against San Antonio, come on for the first time for the Suns. Here is Fry for three. Channing Fry, after missing his first 3 shots, able to knock it down from downtown.
You know, that's one of the things he's grown. Earlier in the year, he would not keep shooting. Alvin Gentry said, you come to us, you space the floor, you get an open shot, you've got to take it, otherwise you're hurting our team.
Final seconds of the first. Bryant on the foul. At the buzzer, it will count. They'll review it, but he got it off on time.
The man knows the shot clock, doesn't he? I mean, absolutely could not have been more perfect. The answer is to Channing Fry. Goes to that baseline, the fading jumper. Big first quarter by the Lakers.
An 18-4 run to end it. They are up by 9.
Welcome back to the Staples Center. It's time for the Lincoln Coach's Corner. The Lakers have just closed out the first quarter with a double-digit lead. I'm with the Suns head coach, Alvin Gentry. Defensively, another problem?
No, they're hitting good shots. You know, it's a long, long game. I mean, we can't give up 35, obviously, and think we're going to stay in the game. But, you know, we were pretty good offensively. We just got to do a little bit better job. They're making shots. I mean, we can't do anything about that.
Jared Dudley picked up 2 quick fouls guarding Kobe, but you left him in the game. Why?
Well, I mean, he knows how to play with fouls. We'll be fine. I mean, it's a long game. We just got to slow him down a little bit, get into transition a little bit better, and then we got to rebound the basketball.
Okay, thanks a lot. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Craig. And that the Lakers' high quarter in this year's playoffs, 35 points. They finished with an 18-4 run. Second quarter underway. Leandro Barbosa is tripped up by Shannon Brown, both entering at the start of this second quarter.
Now things get interesting. You go to your bench, and what Phil Jackson has done, he's left Bynum out there to play in the post with Odom and Artest. So he's got his front line intact with his 2 backup guards. Farmar and Shannon Brown must take the challenge of Dragic and Barbosa. Both those guys playing very confidently, and they are very speedy guards, so they have to do a good job of keeping them out of the paint.
And Lewis Amundsen has on for the first time for Phoenix as Dragic able to knock it down. Goran Dragic from Slovenia. Played 4 years overseas, is in Europe. Struggled last year as a rookie, but had some big games this season, including in the series against San Antonio. Artest. The run Artest with 7 points. 37-28 Lakers. Alvin Gentry going with his bench here at the start of the second quarter. It's all bench players. Fry knocks it aside and made contact, call for the foul.
Well, their bench is a very high-energy bench. They come in, they defend, they rebound, and they knock down three-point shots. But right now, their three-point shots are being rushed. They're now 3 of 9 from behind the line. Channing Fry now 1 of 5. So they have really targeted him. They're going to make him put the ball down on the floor and not let him take his shots in rhythm.
And Doug, we talked about this earlier. Here's the lob for Odom. Odom in the crowd is able to score the 9 points. So Odom talked about the fact that Phoenix has had very good second quarters because of the effectiveness of their bench. But it's unusual to see a team go without a starter as Barbosa is able to hit.
I agree. This team sort of has their own personality. I think they play together and practice a lot. I think Alvin is very confident in keeping them together. But right now with the front line that the Lakers have, they're going to continue to pound that ball inside. Bynum has a huge advantage with Fry.
Odom putting Farmar, broken up by Fry. Here comes Dragic. Artest back. Oh, behind the back pass, and it was deflected out, and the Suns got a break.
Well, you're talking about Dragic. How about the game 3, Marv? He comes in 13 minutes, the last minute of the third quarter, and in the fourth quarter, the man has 26 points. He and Barbosa had 39 in that game. In game 2, they had 3. And that's how explosive they were when they won that game in San Antonio to take the 3-0 lead.
And that big game by Dragic, 5 of 5 from three-point land. Dragic!
You're not upset with the bright lights here. He's come out playing very aggressively, and that's exactly what Alvin Gentry wants him to do, stay in the attacking mode.
The steal by Barbosa, trying to keep it alive, could not. Stepped out of bounds, so the ball back to the Lakers.
Dragic here with the quick move, and you see Farmar forces him to the right hand. He's a left-handed player, but he gets inside and very slow weak side help by the Los Angeles Lakers. They got to get there much sooner if they're going to force him that way to his weak hand.
Shannon Brown, rebounded by Lamar Odom. What a start by Odom. Leads the Lakers with 11. Odom also has 5 rebounds. Oh, Barbosa showing us the speed, and he is fouled.
What I talked about just a few moments ago, Marv, is Shannon Brown and Farmar got to take the challenge here. And they got to keep Barbosa and Dragic out of that paint, because what happens is now we trigger those open three-point shots. Barbosa loves to go to his left and finish back with his right hand. You know, sometimes this year, Marv, his minutes have been down. He has a tendency sometimes to try to do too much too quickly, but sometimes it'll backfire on him. So he's got to just try to play with that rhythm, even though his minutes are down.
That was the Brazilian blur at his best.
Exactly.
We're early second. Marv Albert, Doug Collins, Craig Sager, Staples in LA, game 1 of this Western Conference Final Series. Bynum with the rebound. There's that size and length that we talked about earlier.
Well, that's why Phil Jackson has left those big guys out on the floor.
Front line of Bynum, Odom, and Artest. Fry, it's a rare 2-point attempt, rebounded by Artest. Artest with the high dribble, met by Dudley. Farmar, guarded by Dragic. It's the tempo, the Lakers, right? Off the steal, here comes Dragic. Goes behind the back. Beautiful move by Dragic. Foul called on Farmar.
That was crafty right there, wasn't he? Pump fake, got him in the air, heard the whistle, leaned in and took the shot. He's going to shoot a couple free throws after this timeout.
Lakers by 8. 8:21 left.
Hey, guys, remember what we said, though. Phoenix Suns basketball, let's play together, all right?
Slow the ball movement down. Get the shooters. They're 8 out of 10. All right, possessions. We got to get some things going for us.
We just got to keep playing and play hard, okay? We take it into the basket. We got to finish it hard, okay? Just keep competing. We'll be all right. Everything that we do, though, we got to do it with pace, all right?
Marv, every time you hear a Phoenix Suns huddle, you're going to hear Alvin Gentry talk about pace. Well, why? Because in the first 12 seconds of the clock tonight, they're 11 of 18. You go into the last 12 seconds, they are 3 of 9. So when the Lakers get their defense set, they're so difficult to score again. That's why Alvin wants to keep that ball moving. And you heard Phil Jackson get to the shooters. They had scored on 8 of 10 possessions. This Laker team is a much, much better defensive team this year. I thought last year they were a better offensive team. This year, they are a premier defensive team.
Goran Dragic at the line, fouled in the act, a 74% free throw shooter during the season. He says when he was 11 years old, he began waking up at 2 in the morning in his native Slovenia to watch NBA games. They were televised live in Slovenia. And then the next day he would find himself nodding. He said he received a different kind of education watching Michael Jordan and Steve Nash and Allen Iverson. And now basketball fans in Slovenia, as Farmar is able to knock it down from three-point land. Now basketball fans in his home country are giving up sleep to watch Goran Dragic. Dragic played by Farmar. 10-point lead for the Lakers. After the slow start, they turned it. Robin Kevin Lopez, who just checked back in. Gets the hop.
That's found money right there. When Lopez is knocking down 15 to 16-foot jump shots. See, Lamar Odom can be very active off of Amundsen, because if you keep him off the boards, really that's the only way he's going to score. So Lamar Odom can really be a help defender with his crew on the floor.
Odom gets it right back to Farmar. 5 points for Farmar. Kobe Bryant now defending on Dragic. Barbosa played by Brown with help. Here's Barbosa with the runner. Bynum makes the catch.
And once again, Odom back there to really be able to give help.
Brown unable to find the touch. Suns staying with their bench players. Dragic way off. The save by Amundsen, that's his game. All hustle. Grant Hill has checked in, so Hill back on the floor and draws the foul.
See, the ability, though, for Alvin Gentry to rest Steve Nash. Before, they weren't able to do that, but now with Barbosa and Dragic out together, he has Grant Hill out there to stabilize him. Grant Hill actually was my point guard in Detroit, so he's very capable of running your offense. You could buy a lot of time for Steve Nash so he can be fresh to come in here and finish this half.
Hill fouled by Shannon Brown, and he will shoot 2. TNT brings the engine revving drama of the NASCAR Summer Series to Pocono beginning Sunday, June 6th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And now Sasha Vujicic off the bench, and he'll check in for the Lakers, and here's it from this crowd. He's back from a severely sprained left ankle. This is his first appearance in this playoff run. He had picked up his play in the final weeks of the regular season after going through a tough period, and he was injured in the final regular season game against the Clippers.
Well, when I was in here for a playoff game against Oklahoma City, he could barely get a shoe on. He was walking in with me as I was coming into the arena. He had a very difficult time walking, so he's put a lot of time and energy in with Gary Vitti, the athletic trainer, to get prepared to be able to play in this series.
Once again, nice move by Odom. He has 13 points.
Well, he's got 13, and Amari Stoudemire's got 7. So once again, they've done a nice job on trying to keep Amari Stoudemire quiet, not letting him dominate in the paint with those dunks and in that screen roll game.
And there's been so much talk about the improved Phoenix defense. That's certainly been the case during the playoffs. Defensive 3 is called on the Lakers, because the Suns are allowing just 95 points per game thus far in the playoffs. But they've given up 50 points here in the first half, and we still have 6 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Well, I'm sure that Alvin's going to talk about that. Remember, Portland was really a wounded team. San Antonio didn't have the offensive firepower the Lakers do.
Reach higher. And by Sprite, proud partner of the NBA.
Back in Los Angeles, where the Lakers are looking to successfully defend their NBA championship as they look ahead following this series to the possibility of another appearance in the finals. Let's take a look at the Lincoln Drive. Repeat NBA champs since back in 1970. See, the Lakers did it 87 and 88. Pistons did it 2 straight. The Bulls 3 in a row under Phil Jackson. The Rockets of Kenny Smith and a fellow by the name of Hakeem Olajuwon. And then the Bulls with Phil, followed by the Lakers once again. This the defensive 3-second violation technical converted by Grant Hill.
You know, Marv, just a couple numbers. We talked about style of the game, and you know, the Lakers winning the paint and the Suns the 3. Well, the Lakers are winning the paint 22 to 8. They're plus 14. They're also winning the 3-point line. They're plus 3 at the 3-point line. That does not bode well for the Phoenix Suns.
Stoudemire is back, as is Richardson, and Amari Stoudemire able to knock it down. Goran Dragic remaining on the floor, but Steve Nash making his way to the scorer's table. 7-point lead for the Lakers. They've led by as many as 11. Odom, uncontested.
That was terrible defense by Amari Stoudemire. He was standing up straight. Lamar Odom is a left-handed player. Let him beat him right with the left-handed. You've got to be able to push him to that right hand. 15 points for Odom. He has 12 in the paint. Shot clock down to 4.
Richardson with 1 on the clock. Handled by Artest. Bryant on the hop, intended for Odom, but broken up, kick ball.
Take a look at Stoudemire standing up straight. You know, you got to bend your knees. The guy's a left-handed player. You know that. He just drives right around. Stoudemire has been playing better defense than that, and with Odom playing as well as he is, you got to take the challenge. You're going to let Odom come off the bench and hit you with 15, and you got Gasol, you got Bynum, and then you got Kobe Bryant. You're going to be in for a long night. You see he's almost already doubled his playoff average of 7.8 points. He already has 15 here tonight.
Steve Nash has checked back in. Bryant forcing. Rebound hauled down by Lopez. So the Suns are back to their starting line. Slipping it to Stoudemire, who stuffs.
Does not get that many opportunities against the Lakers. They do such a good job of defending the basket, but great dribble penetration that time, and they had to step up to help.
Odom's pass deflected, but handled by Bryant. Shot clock to 6. Bryant over Hill. He had to force it. Good job by
great defensive possession. He fought him in the post. He fronted him. He deflected it. Got him out to the line. Got a hand in his face. Can't do any better than Grant Hill did on that play.
Nice pass. Lopez from Nash. And Robin Lopez has been a factor despite the fact he has not played since the end of March. 8 points for Lopez, 3 rebounds in his 9 minutes on the floor. And a foul is called. It is a reach-in. Foul that is on Lopez. That his first foul. Robin Lopez out of Stanford in his second NBA season. The twin brother of the Nets, Brook Lopez, who had an outstanding rookie year and second season with the New Jersey Nets.
And when you look at the first 2 playoff rounds, the Suns really didn't need him against Portland or the San Antonio Spurs. They needed more of the 3-point shooting of Channing Frye as Artest unloads with a long 2. But they need Lopez's size in this series to bound Gasol and Bynum. We've already seen him get into the paint and score some baskets.
Artest has shot well, 4 of 7, 9 points. Foul is called. It is on Fisher.
The Phoenix Suns, with their ability to score, are never out of the game. And Phil Jackson knows that, and that's why he keeps talking to his team about getting defensive stops. I mean, right now, the Lakers are shooting the ball so well, over 60%. But the Suns now starting to find their rhythm on the offensive end.
Steve Nash with a career-high 94% at the line during the season. Suns averaged 110 points a game during the regular season, leading the NBA for the 5th time. The last 6 years, they shot 49%. That #1 in the league. We've talked about the 3-point shooting, and since that line was moved back to 23-9, the Suns 41% from 3-point land is the best ever.
Exactly. The 1 year that Charlotte did it, the line had been moved in. So this Phoenix team has been the best ever. And going at him under the 3, he can post, he can play pick and roll. No weakness in his offensive game.
Stoudemire set up by Nash, not able to convert. Rebounded by Odom. Bryant going at Hill. Rebounded by Richardson. Here's the lead for Hill. Bryant had turned his back. Had the hands up though. Hill not able to hit. And a loose ball foul on the Lakers. It's on Odom. Lakers over the foul limit. So once again, the Suns to the line.
Marv, a little flashback here. Shane Battier, when he guards Kobe Bryant, look how he puts his hand right into his face. Well, you know what? A couple Blue Devils shared some information. Grant Hill's trying to do the same thing here. He said he got a 5-page voluminous
what a surprise
material
from
Shane Battier. He said it short-circuited me.
Max Tires helping you get there on less gas. Calculate your savings at GoodyearTires.com. Tomorrow, the Warner Brothers hit movie Valentine's Day will be released on Blu-ray and DVD. The combo pack including Blu-ray and DVD versions of the film, loaded with exclusive extras, including deleted scenes with NBA stars Dwight Howard, and others. And there is one of the stars of the film, Jessica Alba, and her husband, Cash Warren, who happens to be the son of one-time UCLA star Mike Warren, who I'm told by staff members, they checked it out. I believe they Googled, Doug. Mike Warren was a 14th round. Imagine 14 rounds of the draft selection of the Seattle Sonics way back when.
That's when general managers used to draft their children, though. Like, I mean, Pat Williams drafted his newborn son one year when he was down in Atlanta, I remember. So you get that deep in the draft, you just start grasping, I think.
A lot of local entries drafted.
Exactly.
2.5 remaining in this first half, and the Lakers are up by 6. They've led by as many as 11. Gasol is tied up by Lopez.
Okay, Robin Lopez, for all the time he's missed, has played very well tonight. You know, Marv, he's 4 of 5 from the floor, has 3 rebounds, 8 points, does a nice job here. Just the importance of being big. Doesn't even jump, just keeps his hands up, and is going to cause a jump ball. Let's see if he can control the tip.
Gasol and Lopez. It was a tough toss to handle. Lakers control. Bryant gets it off to Gasol. It's too easy.
The awareness of Kobe Bryant, though, he found that loose ball and his eyes immediately went to the shot clock, saw it was at 7 seconds, went immediately to the attack mode, and he found Pau Gasol for the easy one.
Nash able to recover, pops it off glass, rebounded by Odom. Martez given the room by Richardson. Shot clock to 5. Bryant to the crossover. Bryant is fouled. He was hacked.
What's a loose ball here? Now watch Kobe Bryant. He's going to come up with this loose ball, and his eyes, he looks right up at the shot clock, and he says, we got 7 seconds. I better go to work. And then he finds his partner, Pau Gasol, for the easy score. And then I talk about the discipline, but we saw him do a lot in the Oklahoma City series with the Lakers, how he likes to drag that ball when guys reach and get to the free throw line. Kobe Bryant did the same thing there. He saw the defender put his hand down. What you do is you drag that ball through and you get to the foul line. That's one of the reasons why Kevin Durant shot about 11 free throws per game, just the ability to make that one move.
Josh Powell will come on for Lamar Odom. So here's it from the crowd sitting down with 15 points, 8 rebounds. Odom's high game in this season's playoffs. Prior to tonight, Robin Lopez departs. And now DJ Benga will come on to provide a rest for Pau Gasol. Now, we don't want to hear from Bruin alums, UCLA Bruin alums, who may be very unhappy that we mentioned that Mike Warren was a 14th round draft pick. Mike was an excellent
He was a very good player.
And what teamed up with Lucius Allen?
Very good player. Absolutely was a good player.
Because Reggie Miller is in the building, and I know he was disturbed. Thought that we were
giving him a little love is what we were doing.
Yes. Coming up on a minute left in this first half. Good play by Fisher. Shot clock to 3, 2. Nash couldn't handle it. And it's a 24-second violation.
Now look at Derek Fisher. You think he's not fired up taking the challenge? All he's heard about is round 1. It was Russell Westbrook. Fisher's supposed to be the weak link. In round 2, it was Darren Williams. And now it's Steve Nash. He just keeps on plugging along. This guy is a champion and a big part of the leadership of this Laker team trying to defend their title.
Nash has been held in check. 6 points, 5 assists in this first half. Bryant lost it. Good play by Hill again. Final minute, first half. Nash on the hop. Stoudemire is fouled by Benga. So Stoudemire to the line. He's hit 4 of 6 at the stripe. Coming up, the T-Mobile halftime report. Ernie, Kenny, Charles, and Reggie are here at Staples, and they'll break down the first half.
Well, both teams are shooting the ball well. Very few turnovers, only 4 turnovers on each side. So, Marv, the rest, we wondered how sharp the teams would be. They've been very good offensively here, moving the ball, finding the open man, getting good shots.
They changed that last foul. It is Bryant, not Benga, who picked it up. Vujicic returns. Benga sits down.
Phil Jackson going with a little bit of his Red Holtzman offense to defensive substitution. Marv, you remember those days with the New York Knicks when Red used to do a great job of the offensive defense when the shot clock was, when the clock was stopped, the game clock, of getting offensive players in on this possession.
Red was ahead of his time. He'd also have Mike Reardon coming off the bench to give a foul. And Phil has been greatly influenced by Red Holtzman's philosophy as Fisher draws the foul. And we will have more on that subject later on during the course of the series, with Phil talking about the influence of his days with the New York Knicks, a member of that 70 championship team. Although he did not play, he was sidelined by injury. He was on the 73 Knicks championship team. Fisher had hit his first 2 at the line.
Be aware here now the Suns, they'd like to get a 2-for-1 possession if they can. So look for Nash to push this ball up the floor. Dragic on the floor being guarded by Vujicic as the offensive threat. So look to see if they can get a good 2-for-1 possession here to end this half.
Nash's pass broken up. Fisher able to deflect it.
They've really done a nice job with that, their defense against that middle pick and roll. They've got a lot of deflections. They've disrupted the rhythm of Steve Nash finding that little pocket pass. They've done a nice job switching when Channing Frye is in the game. He's rushed his 3-point shot. So Lakers defense, I think, has been very good on that middle pick and roll that is so deadly for the Suns.
Shannon Brown back coming on for Derek Fisher. Nash slipping it to Stoudemire. Beautifully done.
They love that. It's a little dribble handoff that's run deep, you know, underneath the basket. It's right at the baseline. A little handoff, and Amari Stoudemire just comes right behind him and gets the easy score.
7-point Laker lead. They can play it out, but a half-second differential. Oh, Bryant with Hill losing his balance. Down by Josh Powell. Here comes Hill looking to beat the buzzer. And draws the foul. It's on Vujicic.
I tell you, I love what Grant Hill did that time, though. He got beat on the drive, he slipped and fell, and did not give up on the play. He sprinted out, and then he looked up at the shot clock, a lot like Kobe Bryant did. Now watch what happens here. He's going to lose his footing there. He's going to slide. Kobe Bryant goes inside. The Lakers score, but we talk about how quickly the Suns retaliate. They push it ahead, and Vujicic there with a bad foul. Grant to the free throw line with 0.6 of a second to go in the half.
Hill is 3 of 4 at the line. So 3 shots for Hill. That is called a 3-point attempt by Grant. 7-time All-Star in his 16th NBA season at the age of 37. And hits 2 of 3 to cut a point lead. That's the end of the first half. Lakers on fire, shoot 61%, 25 of 41. For the Lakers, 62 points represents the most they have scored in any half in this season's playoff run. Amari Stoudemire leads the way for Phoenix with 15. How about Robin Lopez making his return tonight with 8 points? Lamar Odom off the bench for 15. Kobe Bryant with 14. Let's go to Craig Sager with Lamar Odom.
Well, in the build-up to this series, the Phoenix Suns had the advantage in the bench, but you dispelled the notion here in the first half. 15 points, 8 rebounds. Did you take it personally?
Not at all. Still a long game. Still a lot more to go. It's a lot more to do. Just wanted to stay focused, and I was able to do that.
The scouting report always says, force Lamar Odom to the right. Yet you continuously find driving lanes to the left. How do you do it?
Yeah, just use my craftiness, my aim high moves. Tell Kenny that's just aim high, a little in and out, crossover, just get back to my strong hand.
All right. thanks a lot. Good first half. Lamar Odom, 15 points, 8 rebounds. We'll be back with the T-Mobile halftime report. Kenny, AJ, Charles, and Reggie right here from Staples Center in LA.